often referred to as gateway to Southeast Asia, this part of country, India, is celebrated for its deep historical and cultural ties, breathtaking natural beauty, and its unique position at the convergence of Indo-Malayan, Indo-Chinese, Indo-biographical realms, including the renowned Indo-Myanmar biodiversity hotspot. Presence within the eastern Himalayan hills to 7,000 meters today on this very happy occasion of the graduating students. You know, the stars of today's functions are the students who came and received put lot of labor to receive this degree. All parents are not economically good, but every parents are having great sacrifice. All are entering from a happy student life with great maturity, knowledge, and an excellent degree is achieved, I unquote. With the knowledge, what you have gained till now, you are going to start serving this country, which has completed 77 years of independence. And the progress what we have made during last 77 years, you will be knowing, but your parents will be knowing. Today, our average life has gone to something around 72 years. You can understand what type of growth has happened in every field. And in the food production, I think gravity of undeveloped status at that time. From that level, we have grown every sector. If you take, I can talk on every sector. It has gone to great level. We got independence. You take the primary schools, hardly number has gone to 8.4 lakhs. And the first IIT was started very close to your life for the independence. Kharagpur, where I completed my MTech and PhD. When you stand in front of the cell, you will understand hardly 1 feet inside. You know, who was feeding food, who was giving water, God only knows. The independence was received with such history of independence. Country. You know how many princely states were there. Nobody thought that Indians can properly rule this country. But today, we have come a long way. Education, what a phenomenal growth. You take Central University, Agricultural University, 60,000 permanent employees. Talk about at that time of independence, 32 years. The death happened between the age of 25 to 40. Who will be respecting the Indians at that point of time? Imagine, today there is a country, imagine a country is having average life of 30 years. Do you think that you will be respecting them? That was the stature of the country. And, you know, the maternal mortality rate, 27 numbers, leading center of Isro. The way we are handling the COVID, none of the will agree with me. I am not a person having great statistics, but you are the best people. 1950s, 1960s, where we were, hardly 54.92 million tons of grains. Our villages were food grains. You take the quality of food, we are becoming global leader. Take milk production. Engineering alone is, horticulture is a field generating rural. Number one, a vast demand and supply is essential function is powerfully captured in time slogan by our Honorable late Prime Minister Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri Ji. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. This was later Jai Bighan, highlighting the indispensable role of science. It is not only food production. Type of system what we are having is really outstanding. As graduates, postgraduates and doctorates in agricultural and allied sciences, you will play a pivotal role in realizing the vision of Viksit Bharat by 2047. Research indicates that 1 percentage point agricultural growth on just 2.4 wheat crops. However, despite these gains, a candid comparison with other countries, India's strategic neighbors and a major player in the global agriculture reveals important insights and areas for future growth. I was in an important committee in Delhi Few days back we were discussing a project for potato growth, and I was really noticing on this. Actually, we have to happen, then the food production for field will become outstanding contributors. You know, the convocation is one of the students don't like two parts of the convocation. Honor our chief guest like me coming and talking, we will pump a lot of advice you don't like. It is a fact, but then people like me with great experience, when they come, really they will be your one. You know, what the degree what you are receiving, answer is big no. It is your parents, where you belong. In fact, I want to tell my own village festival, they to give back to the society when you get a proper job and when you graduate, when you pass out, quote, kattadu kai mannalavu, it is fact. You will understand. So learning must be a continuous process. Great Dr. Radhakrishnan, the force of mankind, I quote, the total commitment. Probably, I don't know how many of you really get a feeling of total commitment, of character, and reach to greater heights. Dreams are powerful tools of and creativity. This country will become a developed country. That confidence should be there. Once you have that confidence, the country will become a developed country. Teamwork, how to work in the team, leadership quality. You should be growing as a good man for the society. So one should be growing, being the Secretary Department of Space and Chairman Isro and Chairman Space Commission. It is also my responsibility to explain you something about Department of Space. This is only a sample to say the society. The entire space activity was initiated only in the year 1972. Rather 1962. And 1967, November 20th, we had our first tiny indigenous rocket, which was just 1 meter height rocket. It was in the year 1969, August 15th, Indian space program was formed. 1969, Neil Armstrong has landed on the Indian space program is formed. And 1961, when we were moving our small rockets, we were not having any four-wheelers. We were moving in bicycles. And 1970, space technology can be used for the common man's development for this country. And we were from India, 4,000 sounding rockets are lifted off from India. And 6 generations of launch vehicles we have developed. The difference between a launch vehicle and Deepavali rocket is small difference. Deepavali rockets, when you fire, it will go wherever it wants. Whereas the launch vehicle, when you operate, it should go wherever we want. That is the only difference. For that only we all are working years after years. We have developed 6 generations of launch vehicle. First launch vehicle mission was done in the year 1979. The project director was none other than APJ Abdul Kalam mission, and we successfully accomplished. And India has joined the elite. From that, gradually we have moved. This year, January 29th was a historical day for us. In fact, I took over as the Secretary Department of Space after serving 41 years on January 13th. January 29th, we had the 100th launch. And the 100th launch was a grand successful launch. 1975, with the support of foreign launch vehicle, and built 131 satellites of various types, various capabilities, and the heaviest being the GSAT-11 with 6,000 kg high throughput satellite, and we are placed in the orbit. A country which was not having satellite technology, when Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji took over as the Prime Minister of this country, we have built a satellite for South Asian countries. We conceived, built and launched, and today we have donated to the countries. That shows the growth of the country. And you know, currently America and India has built a satellite called NSR satellite, NASA Isro synthetic aperture radar satellite. It is going to be used for this, the costliest satellite ever built in the world. and Honorable Prime Minister standing in America declaring that India and USA has built a satellite together. That satellite is going to be launched by our launch vehicle. What a proud moment it is, standing in America declaring. Dear friends, from bullock cart era and bicycle era, we have come a long way. We are building a G20 satellite for G20 countries for studying the climate, air pollution, weather monitoring. We are building a satellite. In that satellite, 50% payload is Indian payload. Satellite is going to be built by us, and remaining payload is coming from 20 countries. And we are going to launch, and we are going to be a world leader donating the satellite for G20 countries, and a significant progress. A country which was moving rocket parts in bullock cart, moving rocket parts in bicycle and satellite parts in bullock cart. Today, to our credit, 433 satellites of 34 countries are lifted off from India and we are placed in orbit. That is the status of the country. 1975, the country was not believing that space technology can yield results. And we had a site experiment. 2,400 television sets were kept in 2,400 villages. And the signal from ATS-6 USA satellite was communicated through the satellite, through the television sets. And we could demonstrate to the country that mass communication can happen through this program. And rockets are for what? We are serving the common man of this country in tele-education, television broadcasting, telemedicine, weather forecasting, agriculture sector, strategic area. You know, we are having our neighbors, you all know, I need not explain. If we have to ensure safety of this country, we have to really serve through the satellite. We have to monitor the entire 7,500 kilometer seashore area, we have to monitor. And entire northern part, we have to monitor continuously. Without satellite technology, without drone technology, we cannot achieve that. Today, I am happy to inform that at least 10 satellites are continuously working, 24/7 working for the strategic purpose to ensure safety and security of the citizens of this country. And disaster warning and mitigation. Very easy to say this bad. You know, when there was a time, 10 years back, disaster happens.
ABP माझा, उघडा डोळे, बघा नीट.